Hey yo, it's your boy Kaliko. So today on Mining America, I wanted to have a video up about some stuff that you guys could purchase. Yet unfortunately, my whole day was spent moving stuff from one place to another. Truly just moving stuff that I had to move and I didn't have time to go through Fire Agate and get it set up for you guys to buy, or any other things that I have. It's just the way my day went, and that's the way it goes sometimes. And I still want to get a video up relatively fast, or at least have one up to go up first thing in the morning. So what I'm going to do is, while I was moving stuff, I came across 2 boxes of Fire Agate rough that I never ended up selling and never ended up shipping. Now, back when I was selling these boxes, I was selling them for $100 per box. And like I said in previous videos, one of the things I would like to do back then is make sure there was one stone in there that was going to be worth the whole box if carved properly, and then fill up the box with other stuff that would be hopefully good stuff that would carve out to be good fire agate. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to see, is it worth $100? Is both of these boxes worth $100, or is even one of these boxes worth $100, or was I crazy when I was packing them? Because, you know, anything's possible. Let's see what's inside. All right, let's open a box of fire agate and see what's inside. Now, when I was originally packing these boxes, I never weighed any of them. I just sort of stuffed the box. And I don't have any water. I should get some water really quick, because that definitely helps us see if there's anything inside. And just starting off with my first impression, I think that's a pretty good pile of fire agate for $100. All right, we have our box of fire agate I just dumped out right here. Got one of these small priority mail flat rate boxes. And I used to charge, let me rephrase that, I charged $100 per box for these, and when I made this box up, I made 9 others of them up. 8 of them sold. I had one person complain about the box he got, and I offered him to return every piece I sent him, and that then I would refund his money, and then he decided not to do the return. I did have pretty much, you know, pictures of what I put in the box then, but I don't have those anymore. So I think that sometimes I have people that buy stuff and then they see a bunch of rocks and they're like, well, I can keep these 2 and then ship this back, and he'd never notice. And yeah, I'd notice, just because the boxes are pretty much packed full. I would definitely notice. So let's move right along and see what we got in here. And this has the right looks of what piece that would have some fire agate in it. Let's put the light underneath of it and see what it shows through. And it shows that there's fire agate on the edge of that. Yet this is mainly white with an edge of fire agate right there. And once I dip that piece doesn't look as dark as it just did. There could still be some color in that piece, but yeah, it's a mediocre piece. See this one. Oh, that's a bammer. Look at that. Now this is the back side of color. This is the back side that has nice color and there's nice shape in it, which means there's almost guaranteed to be a really nice piece of color on the other side. You can see some good bitroidal formation in it. Really nice color on that back side. So I assume this is a really good piece of fire agate. Some nice dark agate in it. So that's a really good piece of fire agate. I would think that that piece is going to carve that size of a stone out of it. It's going to be at least a 10 karat stone. I'm guessing that you get a 10 karat stone out of this, and very possibly a double-sided stone. And minimum I would sell a stone like that after carving is going to be $20 a carat. So that's a really nice piece of fire agate right there. I need to move this light up a little bit so it's more of the direction of the camera. It's better with the light. So again, this is the right look. I don't see any fire showing up on top, but it definitely has the right look of carving a nice piece of fire agate. Let's get another close-up of that other one because we didn't really get a close-up of it. Nice bitroidal shaping and then great color. That close-up gives it more of a gold, but with the eyes, it's more of a green. Once again, looks like it should have some fire in it. This one has a bit of a chunk of rock on it. Not too bad, though. Little sliver. Might have some fire agate in it. Now, the bigger the boxes that were purchased, the bigger a fire agate rough would be in them. Now, this is going to be where the fire agate is in. And there's not very much exposed. You can see the bitroidal shapes on it. Yet, the pieces like this I've carved myself have had great color in them. So I would expect this is going to be another piece that has a nice piece of color in it. Once again, has all the earmarks of having good color in it, just nothing showing yet. But that doesn't mean anything. If you've watched some of my carving videos, you notice that a piece doesn't have to be showing any color on the outside to have color on the inside. Now there's one that broke along the color bars. Definitely have some color right there. It's going inside. Who knows how big the piece is? There's dark agate on the other side, so the piece of fire agate might be relatively big. Definitely some color in that piece. Lots of opal on this piece. Flat. This piece could be taken on a wheel if you wanted to. Some dark agate, some white agate. Who knows about this one? Definitely some bitroidals. Nothing showing, but it could have a piece of fire agate in it. Yeah, who knows about that one too? Oh, there's a little piece of fire peeking out of this one. Sometimes you just have to get it the right angle, and sometimes it's just showing a bunch. So that's 3 pieces of agate that have color definitely showing. The bitroidal over here, who knows how big that piece of color goes through that, but there's definitely color in it. And there's a lot more rough to go over here. I would say there's like 25 or 30 pieces in this altogether. I'm not sure if I can see some color. Oh yeah, there's definitely, this piece has saginite in it. See the little saginite? That is some saginite fire with some pin fire next to it. Come on, focus. My hands might be shaking too much. There you go. Now you can see. Saginite with some pin fire and a nice sized piece. This is a great piece of rough. Who knows how much fire is in it? Who knows how much agate is in it? There's some rock on the other side, but some saginite crystals. Might only carve, well, there's some more side right there. That's definitely fire. That's definitely the agate piece. So it's definitely going to carve like a ring stone or something. That's a good piece, though. It's that 4 pieces that are showing color right now. Other pieces that might have color. Everything else looks like it might have color. Now this, the glare is actually ruining it. I can see with my naked eyes. There you go. You can see it a little bit right there. There's some fire in that piece too. I'm just going to stop counting. Pieces of dark agate. Nice clear bitroidal on this end. Good piece of agate though right here. Well, so far I'm happy with the way this box is turning out. I would be proud to sell this box so far. Might have some pieces that don't work in it. Might have some pieces that do. That piece is mediocre. Once again, dark agate lines. Proper look to be some pieces that have fire agate in it. Nice opal amount. Who knows with that one though? Totally gambler's stone. But buying fire agate rough in general is a gamble. Oh, there we see some green. It's poking through very lightly on that orange, and then there's some nice red in there. And this looks like an unbroken piece for the most part. Who knows how big the stone is, the fire agate piece that's in it. The stone itself right now is definitely large enough, though. So I would say right now we're at like at least 50% of the pieces I've pulled out have had fire in them. I'm not sure about this piece, but once again, it has the right look. Totally has the right look. Nice bitroidal. A little bit of rock on it. It's definitely sitting with some agate in it. Who knows? There's a gambler's piece. There's another gambler's piece. Can't quite tell if it's going to have any fire agate in it or not. I mean, it's fire agate rough, but officially the agate is not fire agate unless it has some sort of color in it, like that piece right there definitely has some color in it. Some green, some bronze and red. Goes a little bit clear right there. And now it looks like it's right on a bed of stone. Oh, look at that. Extra stone we don't need. Now this might be a thin piece of fire agate on some rock. Might need to leave it attached to some of the rock to give it a little bit of strength. But it's definitely still a piece of fire agate even though I pulled all that excess off. Now once it sits for a while and then gets rehydrated with some water, sometimes it'll just break apart like that really easily. But still, that's a legitimate piece of fire agate right there. It's just a small, thin little legitimate piece of fire agate. Color might only be a dusting on the top of that piece. Now this piece, this is a who knows piece. I can't tell if there's going to be any fire in this piece or not. Got some dark agate here and there. But honestly, this is probably the worst piece of fire agate rough in the whole lot that I've seen yet. I mean, it looks like there's almost 50 pieces of rough in this box right here, which I think this is a really good box, to tell you the truth. It looks like it's probably one of the best $100 boxes I've put together, in my opinion. Nah, I don't know if that one's got any fire in it. It's got possibilities. This one, too. Can't tell if it's got any fire in it, but it definitely has possibilities. Nope, that's got fire. This little piece has definitely got some fire. There, now you can see it. Definitely fire in that little piece right there. And this is another good piece of rough, but purely rough. I don't see any color showing in it right now. No color showing in it. But still, could very well have some fire agate in it. Another nice nodge. Looks as though it should have some color, yet can't tell from the outside. Can we? Is that... That looks a little bit of green right there, doesn't it? Oh, I think we see a little peak of green right there. I could be wrong, but I do believe that that's got fire in it too. I would expect it does anyways. Big white chalcedony top. Some dark agate showing in there. Could have some color. Now, I already think this box is worth the $100. You're definitely going to make your money off of this box. Absolutely, are you? Catfish Hunter, if you want this box, hit me up quick. You can have this one. It'll be $100 plus like $8 for shipping, I think the flat rate boxes. Oh, this piece has fire in it too. I can see it right on the edge. Right there, you see it peeking? Right by my thumbnail? There's just a little tiny hint of it in there. I can definitely see it with my naked eye though. That's a good piece of rough. That's definitely a good piece of rough. Gotta speed it up. This video's taking too long. I want it to be like not very long video. Oh, this definitely has color in it. This has got to be one of my best $100 boxes ever. I mean, this is a great $100 box. It's got a lot of pieces that are showing fire right on top. Like that piece right there, you can see it. Yep, can't miss that, can you? Like I said, Catfish Hunter, you said you're ready to be purchasing, my man. You should hit me up at MiningAmericasales@gmail.com. MiningAmericasales@gmail.com. Send me an email with your contact information. I might just give you a phone call and do a sale with you directly over the phone. I accept PayPal. It's my preferred method of getting paid. I also take Facebook money transfer because it happens really fast and you can send it to a friend if you trust them and with no fees. So that helps me too. You know, all the money that comes to me is better than any of it that goes to the people transferring the money. Not that I don't appreciate their transfer service, yet who knows about that one. But to tell you the truth, I'm about done going through this box. I'm going to stop going through this box right now. I spent 15 minutes on this box, and I want to open up the other box. So this is being offered up to Catfish Hunter immediately, and right now, $100 plus whatever the flat rate shipping is. I believe it's like $8. So $108. I'll ship you this box right here, right now. I'm going to stick it all right back in the box real fast. That's definitely good enough. I know this box is worth $100. It's worth over $100. You're going to make money on this box for sure. $100 box of fire agate rough right here. I need to mark it. Where's my pen? I had a pen somewhere. Since you asked first, Catfish Hunter, I'm going to put a CH on this one. If you hit me back soon, this box is yours, buddy. If not, it'll be up on my, I'll put it up in the video where you can buy this stuff. All right, let's see box number 2. Is box number 2 worth the $100 per box? I mean, just by looking in the top right there, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. But let's dump it out and see what's going on. Now, this looks like it's got some bigger notches in it. Definitely looks like it's got a couple of pieces that are a little bit larger than the other ones. But I need to go through this one relatively fast. So, sorry about the camera shake. Let's see if I can go through this one relatively fast. Oh, the only problem is good banding, good dark agate line, sort of an odd break, although it looks like that's a corner and a top, so, I mean, it has the right looks of a piece that should have some fire in it, yet I don't see the fire just sticking its head out. Let's grab a piece that looks like it should have the fire just sticking its head out. Yep, this one does have the fire just sticking its head out. Right there on the top. But you got to be careful with these ones. You want to be real light. Don't use anything too aggressive with stuff like this. You can blow right through the color when it's right on top like that. Does have a bit of the matrix on it. It's not super thick piece of agate, but there's nothing wrong with leaving matrix on your piece. Not with fire agate. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's a piece that had some color. What's this piece look like? Well, to tell you the truth, this is sort of duddy looking. It's very mixed up. I don't see any banding. There's a lot of opal in it. There's a little bit of bitrotol. Oh, never mind. Is that fire? Yeah, I can't really tell if that's fire or not. So I can't tell if this is a good piece or if it's just sort of a garbage piece, but I'm going to set it over on the side. Now this piece looks like it's going to be something good inside. Could have some fire agate right through there. Might be all clear chalcedony. Although I don't think it's going to be clear chalcedony. Has the right bitroidal look right here. Once again, I'm not too sure about this piece. Totally gambler's piece. I would put this piece on a wheel. Nice bitroidal right there. Flatland agate in the corner. Once again, a gambler's piece. Yep, I can see fire right there on this one. Hard to see, but there's definitely fire in this piece. Little piece that definitely has some fire in it. Another piece that looks like it should have some fire in it, but I don't see anything sticking its head out. Have the right banding, right bitroidals. Might have fire in that piece. Although I'm not going to lie, this piece has a couple of bigger notches in it, yet it doesn't have as many pieces. That other one had a bunch of pieces. Like, I think it was worth way more than the price it was being asked. Now, this could have some great stuff in it. It has a really dark look about it in areas. It's a cool looking piece of agate. Lots of opal. Yet it has a similar look to that other big piece that's over here. It has a similar look to that. Maybe we'll go through all the bad pieces in this piece first. And maybe I grabbed all these pieces off the same piece of agate. To tell you the truth, when I box this one up, I think I'm going to swap these 3 pieces out for some other stuff. Because I think I can do better than that. But let's see how the rest of this goes. Maybe I'll leave it in because the rest of it's going to be so good. Now there's a thin piece of color right there. It's a little bit broken on that edge. We can definitely see this has some color in it. And there's the agate line runs all in there. So who knows how much is in this. Definitely a piece of fire agate though. It is definitely a piece of fire agate. Yeah, this is sort of duddy looking, this one right here. That piece is sort of duddy looking. It's got the right look right there, and then it's all covered with white agate. Gambler's piece. This is a gambler's piece. Ooh. That piece is definitely a duddy looking piece to me. Let's put that in the duddy pile. Might just switch out all the duddies if this one doesn't go good enough for me. If it doesn't look that great, then I'm going to refill it back up. Now this is a gambler's piece. It's got the nice clear with some good opal on it. I'm positive I can see some brass reflection under there. So I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure this has some fire in it. Yeah, this is definitely a piece of fire agate. There's definitely a piece of fire agate. No question on that one. At least on that face, there's definitely some fire agate. This has the right looks about it. It has some banding on it, some opal, lots of agate line. It's a gambler's piece. Wish I would have opened the really good box second, because that box was really good. Now, last time I made those 10 boxes, I just grabbed at them randomly. This definitely has a piece of fire in it. You can see that right there. Definitely a piece of fire. Wanted to keep this video under 20 minutes. It takes forever for me to upload some of these videos that are longer than 20 minutes. This is a dud. No, maybe not. It's got the right banding right there. Might have it running all over here. I'll put that in the gambling pieces pile, which is the same pieces as the really good agate. Right now I have a fair amount of pieces I plan on replacing in this box. I'm not happy with some of the pieces. Yet at this point, I know more about fire agate, and it's easier for me to inspect than it was previously. This is definitely a piece that looks like it's going to have some fire in it. Has all the right earmarks. It's just, oh wait, there is some. Sometimes you have to get the right angle. Bang. There's fire agate in that piece. Definitely some piece of fire agate in that. Has the right look, has the right bitroidals, has the right color. Just don't see any fire poking out the top. That don't mean nothing. This is good enough. That piece is definitely good enough. Yeah, this piece has the right looks about it. It's thin, but it's all chalcedony. And it has the dark agate in it. Might have some fire in it, might not. But it's a good enough piece. Now this already has the right shapes, the right pieces, and I think I see some fire right in that edge right there. Definitely a good enough piece. Once again, right look, banding in it, some nice opal on top. That is a maybe piece I'm putting in the good pile. Oh yeah, there's fire agate in that one. There's definitely some color right there. Well, this one's sort of oddly broken. I think I'm going to put this one in the redo pile. I'm going to put some more stuff in this one. And I can't tell anything about this one because it's like a completely unbroken. Yeah, I'm putting this one in the redo pile too. I think it's pretty funny that 50% of these boxes, one of them is almost too good, and the other one has a fair amount of stuff that I'm not happy with even being possibly enough. You can't have all the pieces just showing fire on top. Fire agate just doesn't work like that. But the potential you can see for each piece, that needs to be there. I need to make sure that every piece has the potential of having the fire in it, or I shouldn't be sending it to you. Yeah, I see fire agate in this one. Right there. Now this one has plenty of fire in it. The box has plenty of fire in it, yet at the same time, I don't like pieces that don't have any potential in them. Like, you'd have to get one monster piece that has amazing stuff in it for me not to want you to have every other piece have the potential. Like, this piece is a definite potential piece. I don't see any fire agate naked off my eye, but it has all the right ear markings of a piece that's going to have fire in it. And once again, there's plenty of pieces in these little boxes. Oh, this is a duddy piece. This is a duddy piece too. That is a duddy piece too. That's not a duddy piece. This piece definitely has fire in it, right on top. There's fire agate in that one. Now, rough is a gamble. There'll be pieces you don't think have anything in them, and they totally will. And then there'll be pieces where you're sure it has amazing colors in it, and they don't run as far as you thought they did. Definitely happens like that. That's a good enough piece. This has all the ear markings of a piece that's going to have fire in it. It's thin fire agate. Definitely a thin piece of fire agate on some matrix. I would leave some of the matrix there to back it. Yet that's still a good enough piece. Thin layer of brown. Thick white chalcedony on top. Got the bitroidals right there. Oh, I'm going to throw that in the cell box. This one I'm going to throw in the duddy pile. Duddy pile. This one had a fair amount of pieces I would call duds in it. There's way more than 10 pieces of fire in this box. Yeah, this has the ear markings of something that's going to have some good stuff in it. Might even have a banger. Might not be so bang in. It's definitely potential enough. I can see the color in it right there. You can see that color. That's a piece of fire agate. That's good enough. This is already almost a 30-minute video. That's good enough. And that's good enough. That's a dud. Nope, that's good enough. I'm really trying to speed through them now. I think that's fire agate poking through right there. All right, so this box I'm not really all that super happy with, although this is a pile that I think is going to carve good pieces of fire agate. It all has a good enough potential. That's still a fair amount of fire agate rough for $100 in my opinion. Now my opinion might be different than your opinion, so make sure you leave a comment and let me know what your opinion of these boxes is. Now this pile right here I'm going to replace in this box, but before I do that, I need to put this stuff back in the box. Get that over there. And there's plenty of room for me to put more fire agate in there. Now, I just quickly went through a box of some of my tumbles, and all of this stuff looks like it's good, and I found a couple of pieces that have color in them already. So I'm gonna add them to this box right here. And I can still fit a little bit, so this is the bag that I went through the other day that has all the possibles in it. I already went through all of this. Every piece in here has good possibilities of having good agate in it. There's no crap in this bag. You guys saw me do that just the other day. And I'm going to throw some of those in there. And then that one right there. And right there, we're pretty full. Yeah. Here's one more. That's a really nice one. Oh, there's one more. All right, there we go. Now it's full. So there's box number 2 that's ready to go. Although I don't have any tape, I've got some other boxes I'll put this one in a second. And I do have tape, I just don't have it here right now. Now, if you make a mistake, the best thing you can do is just admit it, apologize, and try and make it better. So I definitely think that these pieces of agate being in one of my boxes ready to sell, especially for $100, it's a little bit too much. This is a little bit too much of stuff that I'm not confident is going to carve a piece of fire agate. Now, I'm putting it in my crap pile, and in my defense, this is a lot of carvable rough for $100. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Now you can. So this is a lot of carvable rough for $100. Like, this is a very fair amount of carvable rough for $100. I don't know how that one got back in there. That was a piece I pulled off. So both of these are definitely loaded with good carvable rough for $100. And I'm going to be selling a couple of more boxes. Hopefully I can get them some videos of them posted. But I do have to run tomorrow and try and fix one of my computers so I can do some real live streams with some nice video that's all plugged in and not from my phone and wireless or any of that. So, if you'd like a box of rough, hit me up in an email at MiningAmericasales@gmail.com and I will hook you up with a great box of rough. $100 boxes going right now. If you want more than that, you're just going to have to buy multiple $100 boxes. And I believe that the shipping of these priority boxes is about $8. So if you'd like that, $108 will get you a box of A-class good carving rough. And it's a great way to start. And you can really help the channel out, especially if I sell about 20 of these. I could really use to sell about 20 of these tomorrow. So I'm going to post this video tonight. I have something else I have to do. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to edit this video and get it up. I love you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. And get yourself a fat box of fire agate rough for $100. Hey!